What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for stopping by the channel today. I got a little bit of extra for you. It is Monday, December 6th, 2021. I am JD from New York, and this is the OTS venue. We got a lot to get into today. We're going to cover Jeff Hardy and Jeff Hardy being sent home from a WWE House Show this weekend. I got news on that, and I want to voice my opinion on the Jeff Hardy situation. WWE still trying to sign Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly after last night's NXT War Games show. And I got backstage news on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns and what WWE has planned for both going into WrestleMania. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. It's going to be a busy week, and I want you guys completely covered all week long with WWE and AEW news, plus all the live streams that you guys are going to get this week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as well. Let's try for 1,000 likes today on this OTS Extra. Might as well start with the Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly news coming out of War Games. If you guys missed my post-show live stream last night, it is on the homepage of the YouTube channel right now. Go and check that out. Over 2 hours long, we dive deep into what I thought of NXT War Games last night. Decent show, but nowhere near the level of what Paul Levesque did with TakeOver, as that is now in the past. WWE is still trying to sign Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano to new WWE contracts. Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano are each right now facing a major career decision. Do they stay and ultimately don't do anything of note in their profession, or do they go and leave and have the world in the palm of their hands? Whether that's AEW, Impact, New Japan, they could pretty much do anything that they want. Their NXT contracts are up, and these two superstars are scheduled to make their final appearance on this Tuesday's episode of NXT. After that, they become free agents if they don't re-sign with the company. O'Reilly has a cage match scheduled with Von Wagner on Tuesday night. Johnny said he plans to address his future in front of the live crowd on Tuesday. The locker room isn't completely ready to give up on both of them signing with WWE again. But Fightful Select has reported that those higher up in the company aren't as confident, and the management team thinks that Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly are on their way out, so much so that they are operating as if they are not coming back at all after this week. Many in NXT are working under the belief that neither Gargano or Kyle O'Reilly will be back after their last scheduled appearances. Now, that doesn't mean WWE hasn't tried to keep them on board. The company would like to keep both wrestlers in the fold. For whatever reason, I don't know why they let everybody else go, but they opt to keep or want to keep Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly. It is very bizarre to me, even when we've had some of the best in the company get released. WWE wants to keep Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly, and we know that they don't really fit the mold of what WWE is looking for as far as a superstar is concerned. Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano are the complete opposite of what WWE wants in the company. They are the complete opposite of what WWE will push in the company. It is a very, very bizarre decision to want to keep these two guys after they let so many of the head-scratching decisions, Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, Malachi Black and Andrade and all these guys, they just let them go. It's very, very bizarre to me. So the pair have been mainstays. Johnny Gargano's been a mainstay since the birth of NXT. And Kyle O'Reilly, the last 4 years with the Undisputed Era. You guys know how great Undisputed Era was in NXT. They were both brought to SmackDown recently. WWE's made no secret about wanting to keep both of them. And they've been mainstays in NXT for a very, very long time. Kyle O'Reilly held the NXT Tag Team titles 3 times. Johnny Gargano, a former NXT champion, former North American champion. O'Reilly has been working to establish Von Wagner as of late. And Johnny Gargano was a major part of Team NXT Black and Gold to go up against the 2.0 guys last night at War Games. Johnny Gargano said he will let fans know on Tuesday what he plans to do. And the O'Reilly-Von Wagner steel cage match, more than likely, is Kyle O'Reilly's last match in the company. I'm pretty confident Kyle O'Reilly is done. I'm pretty confident that Kyle O'Reilly will be joining Bobby Fish and Adam Cole in AEW. That much I know. Johnny Gargano is a 50-50 as far as I'm concerned. I don't think Johnny Gargano wants to leave, but I think he knows it's in his best interest to leave. If Triple H was still around, Johnny Gargano would not be contemplating leaving. If Johnny Gargano knew that he would be taken care of on the main roster and be creatively fulfilled, I don't think Johnny Gargano would be leaving WWE. Johnny Gargano, I honestly think, knows what awaits him if he stays in WWE. If he stays in NXT, then he will more than likely be holding the hands of all the rookies, getting them over, and he's not going to really get any benefit out of it unless Johnny Gargano wants to be a teacher slash, guider, guiding the young talent. I don't think he wants to do that. He's still relatively young. He's 34, 35 years old. He's got so much more to give as far as what he can bring to the table. He's not at that point yet where he's going to sit around and babysit everybody and get everybody else over and then not reap the benefits for what he's doing as far as a creative aspect. I don't see that happening. And if he goes to the main roster, WWE does not push guys like Johnny Gargano on the main roster to a high level. And we've seen that over the years, and it's becoming more apparent that WWE is moving away from guys like Johnny Gargano. Otherwise, Adam Cole would have still been with the WWE and main eventing several shows throughout the year and become their next Shawn Michaels. So with Johnny Gargano in NXT, it's not going to do much good for him. And if he goes to the main roster, there's nothing there that awaits him either. And I think he knows exactly what has happened to all the people that he used to work with in NXT that have either gotten released or now are still with the company and not really doing much of anything creatively. The thing is, Tuesday night, people were telling me, if he's showing up on Tuesday night, then his contract is extended. He re-signed the contract with WWE. No, he didn't. That doesn't mean anything. Johnny Gargano's contract is up on December 10th. Tuesday's episode of NXT is December 8th. Or December 7th, rather. So why is he going to stay with the company? Why would that really mean to you that he's staying with the company, being that he's showing up on Tuesday night? He's still contracted this week to be a WWE employee. So WWE is going to milk every fucking minute, every second of Johnny Gargano that they can get. They're going to boost the show as far as a potential rating is concerned. They're going to use Johnny Gargano to boost the rating on Tuesday night. Everybody loves this guy. Let's use him and ha ha ha. So that's the only reason why he's there. He may have signed. I don't know. He may come out on Tuesday night and say that he signed. I don't know. But I think the best thing for Johnny Gargano to do is look at the writing on the wall and go and do what you got to do away from WWE. Everything that you've known and come to know and love about this place is changed. Triple H is no longer in charge anymore. It is not the same NXT. The family environment that was NXT is no longer there. So I honestly think it's best for Johnny Gargano to leave, join the rest of them, and go find happiness and creative freedom somewhere else. That's what I think is going to happen. And Johnny Gargano's on Tuesday night. I think it's going to be used as a vehicle to drive ratings up. And Kyle O'Reilly, he's going to put over Von Wagner in that steel cage on his way out. And I think it's best for both guys to leave the company. Backstage news on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns as we head into day one, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 38. Backstage news has emerged regarding plans for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, which is set to take place at WWE Day 1 on January 1, 2022. The latest Wrestling Observer Daily Update provided an update on the future plans for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar after their upcoming Universal title match. According to the Observer's report, Reigns vs. Lesnar is scheduled to be a multi-match series, with this next match being one of the matches in said series. There has already been one match between them, and that took place in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel on October 21, with Reigns winning and retaining the title. And if you guys remember, Paul Heyman got involved in that outcome. Lesnar is reportedly scheduled for the Royal Rumble. Nobody knows who his opponent's going to be. I doubt they do the Reigns-Lesnar match again at the Royal Rumble. I think that would be overkill. Maybe Reigns gets somebody else in the meantime. Maybe Lesnar gets somebody else in the meantime. Maybe Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble. I have no idea. And the most likely of opponents for Reigns at WrestleMania is going to be Brock Lesnar. On this past Friday SmackDown, Lesnar softened up Sami Zayn, and that was before Roman Reigns got to beat him and tap him out in 15 seconds with the guillotine choke to retain the Universal Championship. Lesnar is also scheduled for SmackDown this coming week as well. I don't know what WWE's doing going into the Royal Rumble, but we got day one coming up. I honestly think, and I said this on Friday's live stream when I talked about SmackDown, I think Drew McIntyre is going to get involved. Drew McIntyre has been lobbying to speak to Adam Pearce, and he wasn't in that battle royal. He was never given an opportunity to win the number one contendership and challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at day one. Drew McIntyre feels like Adam Pearce is avoiding him for whatever reason. So Drew McIntyre in this story of him wanting to speak to Adam Pearce about where is his opportunity, why wasn't I in the battle royal, and et cetera, that's going to play all the way up into day one. And I honestly think Drew McIntyre is going to get so frustrated to a point where he's going to be a factor in that outcome of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And I do think it's either going to be Lesnar or McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble. That's what I think is going to happen. Either way, no matter how you look at it, Lesnar and Reigns is happening on January 1. I don't think it happens at the Royal Rumble, but I do think the final match in this Reigns and Lesnar series will include Drew McIntyre, and I do think we're getting a Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar triple threat match for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. You get that Reigns and Lesnar mega match in the main event of WrestleMania. Also, at the same time, you repay Drew McIntyre back and give him his match with Lesnar via this triple threat match. And if you guys remember, McIntyre beat Lesnar in an empty gymnasium in front of nobody to win the Universal or the WWE Championship at the time. That's when he was on Monday Night Raw. Now he's on SmackDown challenging for the Universal Championship, wanting that title, wanting to take that from Roman Reigns. And now Lesnar's on SmackDown. So at the same time, you get that WrestleMania main event with Reigns and Lesnar while repaying Drew McIntyre and giving him a Lesnar match in front of a full sold-out WrestleMania crowd, which he couldn't do the year he won the WWE title. So I think this works out great for everybody. And if you really look at the SmackDown roster, there really is nobody for Drew McIntyre to wrestle on his own at WrestleMania to really make it a WrestleMania-like match. There's nobody on the roster. The roster is very thin and very weak. So if you're not doing anything with Drew McIntyre as far as putting him in this Universal title picture, what is he going to do? That's another kind of spoiler there as far as where McIntyre is going to fit in. If he's not involved here, what else is he going to do? So I honestly think this is probably best for business, and I think a triple threat match with those three guys could be absolutely fantastic. So that's the way I think it's going to end up, and the series of matches that we get with Reigns and Lesnar, it will have a final match with McIntyre included. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was sent home after a bizarre incident at a WWE House Show at the American Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas. And word going around is that he was sent home from the road, and this is according to PWInsider.com. Hardy worked Saturday's live event in Edinburgh, Texas, teaming with Xavier Woods and Drew McIntyre against Roman Reigns and the Usos. That was in the main event. After spending most of the match in the ring, getting worked over by the Bloodline and apparently becoming more and more sluggish as the match went on, Hardy made a hot tag to McIntyre and then immediately disappeared into the crowd. Hardy reportedly went into the crowd at one point, followed by security, but he never returned to the ring and didn't even participate in the post-match celebration with Woods or McIntyre. And for what it's worth, a fan at the Edinburgh live event noted that Hardy stopped to greet them, just about every fan in the ringside area on the entranceway as he made his way to the ring before the six-man main event. So this fan in attendance said that he got greeted by Jeff Hardy, and he greeted a bunch of fans at ringside before he made his way to the main event for this house show. Hardy was not backstage for the live event in Corpus Christi, Texas, and was replaced in the match by Rey Mysterio. So it was Rey Mysterio teaming with Woods and McIntyre instead of Hardy teaming with Woods and McIntyre. There is no concrete word on what led to Hardy disappearing at Saturday's live event or why he was sent home from the road. Hardy last worked a WWE TV taping on Friday night at SmackDown as he and McIntyre interrupted an episode of Happy Talk with Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. WWE then announced that Hardy and McIntyre versus Moss and Corbin would take place on Friday's SmackDown. We don't know if that's still planned, which would be a rematch from the November 26th episode of SmackDown that Hardy and McIntyre won. So for what it's worth, Hardy took to Instagram and posted a selfie video around, I would say, 30 hours ago. And there's no caption to the post, which he usually includes. And the brief clip also does not have any sound at all. It's a very weird clip of him looking around with his face paint on, I guess, right before one of the WWE live shows was about to begin. When I heard this story, I was a little scared because we all know Jeff Hardy's past addiction problems. And I've said it several times on my podcast. I have family members very, very close to me that have addiction problems. I see it every day. I hear about it every day, about how difficult it is not only to get over your addiction and move past your addiction, but to control your addiction. You know, someone who is suffering from this type of addiction that my family members are going through, it comes with a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of emotion that I would not really wish on anybody. It breaks my heart every single day to see my family members go through this shit. And I get angry at points because I feel like I can help them and I feel like I can't help them. And I can't help them because they don't want to listen. And I end up saying some stupid shit to them, and that doesn't really aid in anything. It doesn't help in anything. And I can't get angry because addiction is fucking hard. I don't want to get angry at Jeff Hardy. I don't want to call him names. I don't want to say, oh, look, he's fucking up again. Typical Jeff Hardy. He can't be trusted, yada, yada, yada. Addiction is a son of a bitch to get over. You guys, I'm sure, have seen people go through problems. You may have something happen in your own family like I do. It is a pain in the ass. It is a son of a bitch to see, and I'm sure it's fucking double as worse to get over. The thing with Hardy is, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt situation. If you guys watched the Broken Skull sessions with Jeff Hardy and Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jeff Hardy clearly said to Stone Cold on that podcast interview, I can't fuck up again. I can't go back and make a mistake like I did again, which I think would be mentioned for the fourth time. If he does, not only does he ruin his WWE career, but he's going to ruin his life. He feels like if he messes up one more time, and he said this directly to Stone Cold, if I mess up one more time, everything that I currently have in my life, I will end up losing. I don't know what that means as far as his wrestling career goes, but I'm looking at that and I'm hearing that as far as if he fucks up one more time, he's going to lose everything as far as his family is concerned. And that's the most important thing to him. So I'm in a camp right now where I'm going to give Jeff Hardy the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's anything that people are thinking. I don't think it's the worst, because that's all you've seen or read or heard on social media. Oh, here he is again. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. There are other things, major factors that could be at play. Maybe he's exhausted. He's 44 years old. Maybe he was just tired. Maybe he was jet lagged. Maybe he got dizzy during the match. Maybe something happened that we don't know. As far as this fan cam footage is concerned, we might not know the entire story from a fucking fan cam footage. It could be any possible reason. It could be a COVID-related issue. Hardy, I believe, was out with some COVID complications as well. He took 2 weeks off. So it could be complications from COVID, maybe a loss of breath, maybe some fatigue. Nobody knows. Maybe he was dehydrated. Nobody knows. So it could be a variety of things that led to him being sluggish. I'm not going to immediately go out there and deem, oh, he's a fuck up again. Oh, he can't be trusted. I'm not going to go out there and think the worst. I actually believe Jeff Hardy when he spoke to Stone Cold about fuck it up one more time and I'm going to lose everything that I have right now and I can't sit here and live with myself if that happens. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I honestly think with everybody worrying, let's take a couple of steps back and let's assess the situation and wait for more news to come out. And please be positive as far as Jeff Hardy is concerned. It's difficult enough that he's got to live with the possibilities of falling back into addiction again and feeling weak. Let's try and uplift him. Let's try and be thoughtful and pray that he's all right and give him some positive messages and some positivity his way. I don't know why everybody has to think the worst. I have a guilty, sense as well for myself. I always think the worst when things happen. I'm not going to think the worst this time. I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let more news come out about it. And I honestly think there are other aspects to this that people really aren't thinking about. And it's easy to go to the one thing that has brought him down and has been his downfall several times before. So let's not try and do that now. Let's try and be a little bit optimistic as far as what could possibly be, falling over Jeff Hardy. Well, what's wrong with Jeff Hardy? There are other factors at play that could easily be the reason why he was sluggish and fatigued in a random house show in Corpus Christi, Texas. Hopefully we do see him on SmackDown, and hopefully we do see him getting right back to work and doing what he loves to do. So that's all I have to say on that. Let's wait to see and hear if more news comes out about this situation, and let's not jump to the gravest of situations. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think of all the top stories down below. The comment section is yours. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, and follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. I will be live tonight during Monday Night Raw on Twitter, live tweeting, giving you my in real-time reactions to everything that we see on tonight's show. Supposed to be a big show. Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship steel cage match between Kevin Owens and Big E. More Rollins involved as well, plus a variety of other things on the show. I will be live immediately after the show goes off the air on YouTube right here on Off the Script, so join me then. Have a great Monday, guys, and I will see you live right back here in the venue for the live stream right here on Off the Script from Monday Night Raw. See you guys later.